You have to forgive and forget to move past something. No, you don't.
Hello everyone, I'm Joseph Dinesh, a Catholic commentator from Sydney, Australia. Today, I want to talk to you about a statement from pop superstar Taylor Swift that I found deeply concerning. In her advice on forgiveness, she boldly claims that when someone hurts you, you don't have to forgive or forget. You can just move on. When I first heard this, I was honestly shocked that someone with such influence would share an idea so misguided. On the surface, her words might sound simple and even empowering, but when you dig deeper, the implications are undeniably harmful. Let's start by taking a closer look at what Taylor Swift has to say. Here we go.
People go on and on about you have to forgive and forget to move past something. No, you don't. You don't have to forgive and you don't have to forget to move on. You can move on without any of those things happening. You just become indifferent and then you move on.
Do you believe in forgiveness?
Yes, absolutely. For people that are important in your life who have added, who have enriched your life and made it better, and also there's been some struggle and some bad stuff too. But I think that, if something's toxic and it's only ever really been that, what are you gonna do?
Move on.
Just move on. It's fine.
What Taylor Swift seems to suggest is that when someone, whether it's a family member, friend, clergy, or a colleague, hurts us, we should just move on as if nothing ever happened, rather than forgiving or seeking reconciliation. But what does she actually mean by move on? Is she saying we should let our wounds define us, strain our relationships, stunt our emotional growth, and lead us into a state of inner turmoil, disconnected from our own humanity? It's surprising that she doesn't recognize how unrealistic this advice truly is. It's simply not possible to move on without addressing the pain. Every time we are hurt by someone, deep down our hearts and minds long for justice, healing, and closure. Ignoring this reality doesn't make it go away, it only traps us in cycles of unresolved hurt. To help us understand this more deeply, let's listen to Sister Miriam in the upcoming clip as she unpacks the truth about forgiveness and healing.
We all have places in our heart. So it talks about how we have to forgive from the heart. And it says, it is not in our power not to feel or to forget an offense. And I just want to stop right there because many times we are ashamed for our feelings.
Right.
We're like, Lord, I feel such hatred. I feel such disappointment. And I love that the church is telling us, and that silly saying, just forgive and forget. It doesn't happen. And feel or to forget an offense. But here's the true journey. But the heart that offers itself to the Holy Spirit turns injury into compassion and purifies the memory in transforming the hurt into intercession.
Wow.
I'll read that again.
Yeah.
The heart that offers itself to the Holy Spirit turns injury into compassion and purifies the memory in transforming the hurt into intercession. That to me, that's love. That's freedom. So could you imagine being so free, Father? If you and I had a problem and you hurt me deeply, and I in my journey of forgiveness, imagine that the pain that you inflicted upon me, I could be so free that I could stand at the foot of your cross with Mary and offer the pain that you inflicted back to me for your healing.
Wow.
That's beautifully explained by Sister Miriam. She sheds light on two profound truths that deserve our attention. First, as the Catechism of the Catholic Church teaches, it's not within our human capacity to simply ignore or forget an offense. The wounds inflicted by others leave a mark on our hearts and minds, and pretending they don't exist doesn't make them disappear. This is why Taylor Swift's idea of just moving on isn't just unrealistic, it's impossible from a human perspective. Second, Sister Miriam highlights the Christian approach to healing after being hurt, which involves the transformative process of forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing the wrong or pretending it didn't happen. Instead, it's about allowing God's grace to work in us so the injury can be turned into compassion, the memory of the pain can be purified, and the hurt can become an opportunity for intercession. It's not an easy process, but it's the one that leads to true freedom. When you have reached the point where you can sincerely pray for the person who hurt you, you can confidently say that God's healing power has touched your heart. This is the essence of Christian forgiveness, a journey from hurt to healing, guided by grace and anchored in God's divine mercy. Finally, choosing to simply move on without embracing forgiveness undermines the inherent dignity you hold as a human being. When someone hurts you, it's natural and even necessary to feel anger, resentment, and a desire for justice. These emotions reflect the value you place on yourself. Ignoring them and pretending as if nothing happened denies your natural responses and expresses the reality of your pain. This isn't just unhealthy, it's inhumane. And the truth is, unresolved wounds don't stay hidden. They will eventually resurface in unexpected ways, causing even greater harm to your emotional and spiritual well-being. Father Mike Schmitz will elaborate on this in the upcoming clip.
If a person forgives, they're not being a victim
No.
because you're being transformed.
Yes.
And not a doormat. And that's, I think, it's so important. That's
Yes.
one of the reasons
Yeah.
why I think it's so important you mentioned it's okay to be angry. Because if injustice has been done, right?
Yes.
If justice has been violated,
Yeah.
then you have a dignity and you have a worth. And even your anger is a sign that you recognize your worth.
Yes.
Right? So that even that
Yes.
fact that so if you try to dismiss your feelings, you try to dismiss what you're going through, it might even be an attempt to dismiss your very dignity, the
It's
dignity
true.
that you have.
To wrap up, Taylor Swift's advice to just move on might sound empowering at first, but in reality, it leads to emotional turmoil and breakdown. Refusing to forgive keeps you shackled to the hurt like sitting beside a drainage ditch while trying to eat a meal. The stench, the buzzing flies, and the filth follow you everywhere, poisoning your thoughts and character and robbing you of peace and joy. True healing comes from confronting the pain, offering forgiveness, and releasing the burden rather than letting it fester in your heart. I would like to leave you with the wise words of St. Faustina. She says, "If a soul does not exercise mercy somehow or the other, it will not obtain my mercy on the day of judgment. Oh, if only souls knew how to gather eternal treasure for themselves, they would not be judged, for they would forestall my judgment with their mercy." I hope this video is helpful. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. God bless you.